Hello, this is Sunny. I am doing this video currently in Las Vegas. Just want to talk about my trade from um, yesterday and going today. Uh, so if I can find it here. Yesterday I traded ticker symbol home. Um, I short sold home at $23.24 with 400 shares. I explained how I got stuck on the airplane with no Wi-Fi and didn't want to pay for Wi-Fi for a paper trade. Um, but I did exit. Uh, it kind of worked out well for me, but it was a horrible trade. I did not trade my strategy, but it actually worked out well for me. So looking back, the day that I short sold here, um, I was down. I was down $75. I popped up against me, went higher. I was down a buck 50 or more, way more. Came crashing down pre-market. Wasn't even paying attention to it. Next day was my flight. I was gonna exit around here pre-market market open, but I thought there was gonna be free Wi-Fi on the airplane. It wasn't. And the stock squeezed up on me, came crashing down, and by the time market closed, I wanted to cover, I think, right here, but we're trying to see if it was going to break the low a day right here, and pre-market it wasn't showing me that, so I exited in pre-market and made $2,300 and something dollars. But the next day, the stock came crashing down some more and went down to a low 14 something, 14. Well, after hours is now in the 14s. I wanted to continue holding it longer, but I'm just like, nah. I haven't had a short like that. I never shorted a stock like that before. So I was just, happy to take the gains. But it was a good trade overall. I probably could have made it $6,000 off that trade. Overall, it was a great trade. I'm happy. But it was a great opportunity. Bad discipline. But it is what it is. As far as this stock, ticker symbol GTX. Excuse me. I traded this morning. I woke up late for the market, like 30 minutes late for the market. Um, Woke up 30 minutes late for the market. The stock. Um, the stock had spiked. I was looking for stocks and I seen this one. It had spiked, and I was betting against it. I don't know where I bet against it at, but I remember it hit my risk and I was down. I can't remember, probably like almost $100 or less. And no, I remember now. I shorted it, but I only got 100 shares. Yeah, I missed this part. I missed it up until here. I really wish this I can track my trades and my entries and exits. It will show me on a chart. But I entered right here for just 100 shares with a risk of, I think, right here, a higher day. I couldn't enter more shares because I just couldn't. I wasn't gonna risk that much. So it came crashing down. I exited. I was up $25. So then it started grinding up. So here's where I fucked up. I was shorting it, but I didn't realize I was shorting it from the wrong resistance. I think I was using this as resistance, but I didn't realize, and I didn't look back into the chart. It's just a minor mistake. I didn't realize there was high resistance, and it's just a mistake that I made. And I was shorting it from this resistance point of the high point of 340, when really it went up to 355 high day. So I'm shorting all up in here, risking it, and and when it broke this high point of 340 and spiked up, I'm like, shit, it's squeezing against me. Then I started shorting again, and I'm like, why does this keep spiking up? Then I realized I wasn't shorting from the proper resistance, and I could have saved myself a whole bunch of trouble here and here if I would have just played this proper resistance level. But I didn't realize I was shorting it from the improper resistance. So then when it got up past the high day, the true high day, the true resistance, I was like, wow, I really made a mistake. So then I got back into it here at like 2,000 shares instead of shorting it with 1,000 shares. And I started shorting right here, and what happened? So I ain't gonna lie, I was getting real sleepy, really tired. But I had my short in, and I had my cover order in. So then, you know, you got these 2 points right here that it couldn't break past. So then I was shorting here at, I don't remember what price, but I was in 2,000 shares. It came crashing down, then it panicked some more. So I'm thinking, okay, it's the last, 2 hours of the day or so? Yeah, it was like the last 2 hours of the day. Um, I know it says like, because I'm in a different time zone, so it's giving me different time. Um, no, okay, yeah. So this is in the right time zone, but I don't know why it's saying this time, but it was around 2 o'clock right here, and you know, I had 2 hours left in the day, even though it's saying the incorrect time. I had 2 hours left in the day. It started crashing. And then I'm like waiting for it to crash some more. It bounced, and I ended up falling asleep. Um, and I had my cover order just in case, and it squeezed while I was falling asleep. I fell asleep. I can't help it. I'm human. I fell asleep. I made that mistake. That's something I need to make sure I correct. But I fell asleep. So afterwards, it just I had to cover, and I ended up waking up just before the market closed, like 3 or 2 minutes before, and I entered another short order here at excuse me at 365, because for the past 2 weeks or so, I've been seeing stocks go up a lot for the day, and after hours it just starts tanking like crazy. So I entered a short thinking it was gonna tank, but clearly it didn't. It's now over. Now it's like uh, it's 8:14 in Florida, and in Las Vegas it's 5:14. So it came, and it didn't crash down like I was expecting to. If you look back here on home, you see after hours it just crashed a lot. Next day it crashed some more, and the next day, and then also ticker symbol. What was it? There's quite a few tickers that did that. That I traded. I think it was I think NTX or NK. I don't know which stock it was, but a few stocks was doing that. So I'm assuming this was gonna do it. So pre-market after hours it started coming down, but not too much. So overall in the stock I lost $600. Not what I was trying to lose, but I lost $600. Then after hours it went down to 550, and I was up $150, down $450. But I decided to short overnight. I mean, it has enough shares. I don't really need to hold on, but I'm planning on adding shares tomorrow, or just going with what I got, and then covering in the morning if it continues to go red. But I'm looking to cover it into here, this zone right here of the 330s, or at least like somewhere right here, because there's support right here. A lot of people bought right here, so there's support right here. Then you got support in this area right here, from here to here, and then you got this support right here. And if you look at the previous days, you go to 5 days, you got all this support. So this is a really tricky trade, and I'm not really comfortable with what I did, how I traded it. I wasn't paying attention enough. I didn't average properly. I didn't enter my shares properly. I did exit when it was time to exit, but I knew this was a shorting into a spike strategy, and I really got hit with death by paper cuts, 1,000 paper cuts. So I kept getting 1,000 paper cuts, and ended up like bleeding out to death and lost 600. But tomorrow, I'm looking to make my money back, but I'm not revenge trading. I'm more of just attacking it again, because to be honest, I'm playing a strategy. It's a shorted into spikes that didn't work out, so now it's overextended to a certain degree, not too much, but it looks overextended, and I either can short into a red day, but if it opens up green and continue going, then the next strategy I will do is short into major resistance, which, excuse me, which, to be honest, I don't really know where the resistance is. But today I was just shorting into spikes, but we're getting closer to this resistance point of $3.89, which is really $3.90. So that's the resistance I'm going to play off of tomorrow. If it opens up green, I'm just going to cover or something, and then play off of the 390 level, and then go from there. But the main thing in this is, I'm shorting into spikes. It didn't work out. And the statistics on shorting into spikes, you don't want to hold for too long. Sometimes you'll get a one and done fader, but the probabilities on that are not high. And I played it like it was a guarantee fader. It was going to guarantee just fade. And when I saw that there was a lot of support, if you see right here, you see where it kept crashing. Hold on. You see where it crashed, held, crashed, held, and started ramping back up. In my head, I should have known, especially right here, spike, crashed, and it held and came back up. In my head, I should have known, okay, this stock has some strength and it has some support. And all this shit right here of grinding up, I should have acknowledged, like, okay, I need to pull back, sit back, and watch out, and scale in and out, because it's not good. But looking at the yearly chart, it showed me that the stock will spike and fade down and fade down. So that's what I was expecting. But you see where it bounces right here, bounces. I should have really understood that, but I'm still practicing, so it's okay. But the stock shows high potential into bouncing, and just because it bounces and fades doesn't guarantee that it will bounce and fade. It can bounce and continue going up like it did today. So that's something I just need to understand with all stocks, and just continue to improve. But as far as that, that's it. Thank you very much.